An AI just told a type 2 diabetic to eat honey-glazed salmon over jasmine rice and labeled it diabetes friendly. Here's the problem. That plate spikes blood sugar like a dessert, and the AI had no idea. We ran 6 AI apps through a full week of diabetic meal planning. By the end, you'll know exactly where they break, and the one thing every single one of them misses. It's not what you'd guess. So here's how we ran it. 6 tools: ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, Recipy, and Mealime. 4 real prompts, the kind an actual diabetic would type. Plan a week of dinners. A breakfast that won't spike me. My A1C is 7.2, suggests dinner. Then we graded every answer on 4 things. Does it show the carbs? Does it get glycemic load? Does it catch hidden sugar? And does it warn you about your meds? Simple test. The results were not. Now, you'd expect the AI to push cake and soda. It didn't, not once. The obvious sugar got filtered out every time. That's the trap. Because what slipped through was invisible. ChatGPT served honey-glazed salmon over jasmine rice. And jasmine rice has a glycemic index near 90. Glycemic load on that plate? About 28. Anything over 20 is high. No carb count shown. Gemini called a bagel, peanut butter, and a banana blood sugar friendly. That's 77 grams of carbs before breakfast. And Perplexity? Chicken stir-fry with teriyaki sauce. 14 grams of hidden sugar in 2 spoonfuls. Handed to a user who just said their A1C was 7.2. The dessert got caught. The marinade didn't. So why does this keep happening? 2 reasons, and neither is a bug you can patch. First, the training data. Most recipes online are written by food bloggers, not dietitians. Diabetic friendly online usually just means low fat or low cal, which has nothing to do with blood sugar. The model averages what blogs publish, not what the Diabetes Association recommends. Second, and this is the real one, glycemic load isn't even a field. The data format recipes use online tracks calories and carbs, but there's no slot for glycemic load. So the AI can't read a number almost nobody writes down. It's not lying to you, it genuinely can't see it. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. A randomized trial found AI meal plans dropped A1C by about 0.4 of a point over 12 weeks. Basically as good as a light-touch dietitian. Sounds great, but the same study found 31% of those AI plans had at least one recipe a dietitian flagged as clinically inappropriate. And a 2026 Stanford paper found the pattern that should worry you. AI helps the average user, but it makes outcomes more extreme for people at the edges. Insulin users. People at risk of going low. The exact people a wrong answer hurts most. One more number. In testing, AI nailed about 95% of single foods, but only 47% of mixed plates. It's accurate right up until the food gets real. So is there anything that doesn't fall for this? Sort of. The structured preference apps, Recipy, Mealime, did better. And here's the difference. Most food apps just run on your phone. Recipy runs your kitchen. Set a no added sugar rule once, and it holds across every recipe, every meal plan, every shopping list. The filter doesn't quietly forget itself 3 turns into a chat. In our test, that caught every hidden carb trap the chatbots walked right into. But, and I'll be honest here, Recipy isn't off the hook. It still doesn't show glycemic load as its own number, and it can't read your glucose monitor yet. Nobody's app can. The foundation's there, the last mile isn't. So what actually works in 2026? A workflow, not a wonder app. Use AI for ideas. Give me 5 low-carb dinners. Great. Just don't use it as the final word. Let a structured app hold the plan so the carb rule sticks. Verify the tight numbers in a real nutrition tracker. And if you wear a glucose monitor, Stello, Lingo, they're over the counter now, trust the curve, not the chatbot. Then loop in your care team, because cutting carbs on insulin without adjusting your meds is how you end up in the ER. Here's the thing. The pieces for something better are all on the table. Dexcom just shipped an AI that reads your glucose. The first app that turns that into a meal plan that reroutes around your spikes wins the entire category. It hasn't shipped, it will. So, can AI cook for type 2 diabetes? Remember that honey-glazed salmon from the start? AI will hand you that plate and smile. The fix isn't to fire the AI, it's to stop trusting it alone. Use it for the draft. Then check it against your numbers, your monitor, and your doctor. The tool that loses its memory becomes a tool you actually steer. For 38 million Americans, that distinction is everything. And to be clear, none of this is medical advice. Talk to your prescriber before any big diet change. Full breakdowns at recipyapp.com. Next time, I'm digging into why AI can't scale a recipe without ruining it. The math is worse than you'd think. I'll see you there.
Subscribe. Long-form explainers, weekday afternoons.